YTBC, what's the deal? So I've been keeping up half-heartedly on the whole Triple G and Canelo. I'd rather just listen to other uploaders talk about it, but time a time or two I'll give my opinion on it. So I've been looking at what the WBC has ordered, and they're going to let these guys fight two interim fights before possible. And I say possible because you don't know what will happen in boxing. A possible showdown in September. They're going to have it around the Mexican holiday. Going to make this big and huge for everybody, right? Make the most money they can. And that's what they're supposed to do on the business end of it. I mean, you have to be an idiot not to try to get every single dime, penny, quarter, nickel, food stamp out of this fight. So that's that's a business savvy thing to do. We understand that. But as a fan, we hate waiting as fans. Nobody wants to wait 8 months for something to happen, 10 months for something to happen, especially when we've been put in situations where we waited 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, for different fights, for different situations. Some of our guys we like to watch the most only fight once every year and a half. There's a lot of things going on in boxing, but one thing that I do know is Triple G and his team. Now, some of you Triple G fans may not like this, and that's fine. I've come to realize that on here, when you talk about a certain fan base favorite fighter, they're going to thumb down your video. That's just what it is. No matter how much respect you've shown that fighter in previous videos, or how eloquently or fluently you say that you respect the guy and convey your message to his fan base, it's not going to happen. They're going to hate the video. So what I will say is this: Triple G is going to have to succumb to the fact that he is not going to be in the driver's seat of this promotion. He's going to have to succumb to the fact that Canelo is the more popular fighter. He has the bigger fan base. Although I do believe HBO is investing in him as much as they are investing into Triple G. They're doing it with the same. They're doing it with Canelo also. They're investing in both of those guys the same, in my opinion. Maybe Canelo a little bit more. I mean, he has a tremendous fan base. Now, Triple G did, like I said in the post-fight video of Lemieux and Triple G. Triple G did have it rocking in the MSG at Madison Square Garden. He had it sold out. It was loud. It was crazy. It was exciting. It was the shit. I'll give him that. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Like, you can hear crickets in there on fight night at one of his fights. That's hating. But as far as being this million pay-per-view seller, or being a household name, not so much. Not as much as Canelo. Now, I went over my opinion about, this WBC title being won at 159, being defended at 157, being defended at 150, so on and so forth. What I would say is this: Triple G is not a big middleweight. He's not, he's not some 6'3", comes in on fight night 185 pounds type of middleweight. He's not. He comes in low 170s, 172 or something. I was comparing him and Cotto's weight. No, I'm sorry, that's Canelo and Cotto. But Triple G, I was comparing his weight, his 30-day weigh-in and 7-day weigh-ins, to Cotto and Canelo's weight when they were getting ready to fight, and it's about the same weights. So Triple G shouldn't have a problem going down to fight at a catch weight. I don't like catch weights, but for certain circumstances, like a fight like this, although it is at the same, it bothers me because they're at the same division. That's what's so bothersome about it, man. It irks me sometimes. Is both of these dudes are in the same, campaigning in the same weight class, and one of them wants a catch weight. That bothers the fuck out of me. I'm sorry, that bothers me. But with that said, and with that bothering me, with that said, if Triple G wants to become this household name, a crossover star, he's going to have to give in to some type of demands. He just can't have it his way every fight all the time. It doesn't work like that, man. Bernard Hopkins was on a historic run when he ran into Oscar De La Hoya. But guess what? Oscar De La Hoya ran the show. That's just how it was. So what did B Hop do? He went in there, hit his ass with a liver shot, and made him fight a soft place on the canvas to lay down and be counted out. Vander Holyfield wasn't the lead promoter in the Tyson fight. Tyson, his camp, was going to pull out of the first Holyfield fight after the weigh-in because they suspected Holyfield was on steroids. They told Holyfield, if you want to fight us after this weigh-in on fight night, you got to take a test. Holyfield agreed, but he agreed to do it after the fight, and he did one after the directly, immediately after the fight. So Triple G, what I'm saying is this, you know, even Mayweather, he became a cash cow, but what he have to do? Succumb to whatever Oscar De La Hoya wanted in their fight. Triple G, if you want to be a household name, you're going to have to succumb to what Canelo wants in his fight. Regardless of the fact that fans and media and we all think that you're the best middleweight, the facts is you're not as big as of a star as Canelo. That's just the facts. Pay-per-view facts, right? Um, Now, do I think Triple G can beat him? I would favor him, but I don't think it's going to be some, you know, 2 round uh, Foreman versus Frazier, or, you know, Corey versus Shavers, or Tyson Spinks type of first round blowout or anything. I don't think that. I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. And I think Canelo has a very good chance of winning this fight. But as far as giving in with the A side, B side, Triple G is going to have to just face the facts. Him and his team, Lawler and K2, just you're not the A side for this one. You know, you're just not. Why is this so hard to figure out? You're prolonging this, you know. But I think HBO and Canelo and Golden Boy, they wanted to stretch this fight out. I know Oscar's down to his last big money maker in his stable, as he plans on trying to make a fucking comeback. You know what I mean? But I think that you know, like I said, Triple G, just succumb to the facts, man, that you're not the lead player in this promotion. Let Canelo and his team do what they need to do. Fight at the catchweight. It's going to be at a catchweight, probably 157, 158, somewhere in there. I believe this will be at a catchweight when it's all said and done. When all the posturing's done and finagling's done, it's going to be at a catchweight. And we're going to go from there. But Triple G, man, fight him at the catchweight and whoop his ass. Prove your worth and then steal his viewers and viewerships, and then you'll be the pay-per-view star. That's how it works. YTBC, I'm out.